I'm not relishing in this. I just felt like the shoes that they gave her were just too big to fit in. Now, she was dead set on saving her show. She said, I'm going to save my show. I'm not going off the air without a fight. Jennifer Hudson got renewed. Tamara Hall got renewed. She didn't, primarily because of her proximity to the celebrities, and she likes to be liked, okay? And so when I felt like they were trying to, because that time slot was dedicated to gossip.
It looks like Hollywood may have just exposed one of its biggest talk show mistakes ever. Insiders are now allegedly claiming that Sherri Shepherd was never brought in to continue Wendy Williams' legacy. She was brought in to replace it completely. And now that the show is collapsing in real time, the internet is asking one brutal question. Did the network secretly set Sherri up to fail from the very beginning? Because according to fans, the moment Wendy disappeared, the entire energy of daytime television shifted overnight. The chaos was gone, the fear was gone, the raw, unfiltered celebrity drama that kept millions glued to their screens, gone. And people are now saying the network genuinely believed viewers wanted a safer version of Wendy, someone easier to manage, easier for advertisers, easier for celebrities to sit across from without breaking a sweat. But allegedly, they completely underestimated how loyal and how dangerous Wendy's audience really was. Viewers didn't tune in just for gossip. They watched because Wendy made Hollywood nervous. She asked the questions nobody else dared to ask. She said names out loud. She made celebrities visibly uncomfortable on live television. When Sherri stepped into that same chair, fans immediately sensed something was off. And now, with ratings reportedly struggling, advertisers allegedly pulling back, and the show officially unraveling, the internet is stepping in with explosive takes that are sending social media into a frenzy. Because according to fans, this may not have been a failed talk show. It may have been a failed Hollywood experiment from the start.
But for the most part, it was like, no. You got to either get in or get out. So they canceled the show. I guess they weren't able to satisfy their advertisers, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And so she's kind of indecisive on what.
Now, insiders are allegedly saying the network made one fatal mistake. They believed daytime audiences wanted comfort over chaos. They thought viewers were exhausted by messy celebrity drama, uncomfortable questions, and the unpredictability that made Wendy Williams one of the most feared women in entertainment. But according to social media, the exact opposite turned out to be true. The moment Wendy disappeared, fans say the entire soul of the show disappeared with her. And that's where things started getting really ugly for Sherri. Internet chatter is now claiming she walked into an impossible situation from day one, not because she lacked talent, but because the audience never wanted a safe version of Wendy Williams in the first place. Wendy built her empire on tension, fear, and celebrity discomfort. Viewers tuned in because they genuinely never knew who she was going to expose next. When Sherri arrived, that dangerous energy allegedly vanished completely. And according to reports, the network noticed it faster than anyone expected.
Air without a fight. Jennifer Hudson got renewed. Tamara Hall got renewed. She didn't, primarily because of her proximity to the celebrities, and she likes to be liked, okay? And so when I felt like they were trying to, because that time slot was dedicated.
Executives allegedly appeared to be reshaping the show into something softer, safer for advertisers, friendlier for celebrities. But fans noticed immediately. Online comments exploded with people saying Wendy's show felt like a battlefield, while Sherri's started feeling like a polished PR room where celebrities had absolutely nothing to fear. That comparison may have changed everything. Because according to insiders, ratings allegedly began revealing a disturbing pattern. Loyal Wendy viewers weren't emotionally connecting anymore. Clips weren't going viral the same way. The internet wasn't reacting the same way, and advertisers allegedly started paying very close attention to that shift. That's when the conversation reportedly changed from "Can Sherri grow into the role?" to "Can this format even survive without Wendy?" The deeper this situation gets, the more people online are questioning whether Hollywood completely misread its own audience. Fans keep repeating the same thing. People didn't watch Wendy because she was nice, they watched because she was fearless. And now, social media is dragging the entire industry for allegedly believing they could strip out the controversy, remove the tension, eliminate the unpredictability, and somehow hold on to the same audience anyway. But that's not even the most shocking part. People are now revisiting old interviews, old comments, and Sherri's recent reactions to the cancellation news. And according to viewers, some of those moments are starting to sound very different in hindsight.
I gotta ask you, I just thought of this. You know, a lot of people are going to YouTube,
Yes.
to Twitter.
Yes.
Sherri, have you ever thought about bringing your show to your fans on YouTube or Twitter or some kind of social platform?
I don't know, it's like 6 million podcasts out there.
Oh my.
And this is where the shade allegedly gets even heavier. According to online reactions, the implication is clear. Hollywood celebrities spent years looking down on YouTubers and internet creators only to quietly run toward those same platforms the moment traditional television stopped delivering for them. Now viewers are asking a question nobody in the industry seems comfortable answering. Did the network genuinely believe they could erase Wendy Williams' energy, swap in a softer replacement, and expect the audience not to notice? Because right now, it looks like the audience noticed absolutely everything. And behind the scenes, things are allegedly getting even more uncomfortable. According to internet chatter, the cancellation didn't just hurt the show, it may have seriously damaged Sherri's image as Hollywood's next major daytime star. Fans are pointing to something that looks very telling. Instead of projecting confidence about what comes next, viewers feel Sherri suddenly started sounding uncertain, like someone trying to figure out where they still fit after the spotlight began fading. The moment daytime television stopped working, the conversation quietly shifted towards sitcoms, acting, movies, streaming, anything except the show that was supposed to carry Wendy Williams' legacy forward. Social media picked up on that shift immediately.
Yeah, something I thought about, but I also thought, do I go back to being an actress? Do I go back to doing sitcoms? Do I go back to doing dramas? There's just a lot of options out there.
So you know, I gotta ask, have you had some good offers? I'm sure you have.
I've had meetings and everything.
Because, according to internet speculation, the industry may have already accepted something the network never wanted to admit publicly. There was never going to be another Wendy Williams. The deeper people dig, the more brutal the comparisons become. Viewers are revisiting old Wendy clips, old viral moments, old celebrity confrontations, and realizing just how much chaos, unpredictability, and raw tension carried that entire brand. Wendy didn't just interview celebrities, she made them uncomfortable. She generated headlines every single week. Even people who genuinely disliked her still tuned in just to see what she would say next. But according to critics online, Sherri allegedly walked into that same chair trying to protect celebrity feelings instead of challenging them. And fans believe that decision slowly destroyed the show's identity, because once the danger disappeared, the audience allegedly disappeared with it. Now things take an emotional turn. Because despite all the backlash, the viral criticism, and the ongoing conversation about ratings and cancellation, Sherri is still publicly smiling, still discussing future projects, still projecting confidence, and according to some viewers, that's actually making the situation feel even sadder, because people online are starting to believe she knows exactly what happened, but simply cannot say it out loud.
I've gotten phone calls from a lot of celebrities. They, cursing folks out, going, I got ratchet celebrities that love me. And I've got some.
Some viewers went even further, speculating that industry insiders privately knew the show was struggling long before any cancellation headlines went public. That theory alone created a massive wave of online controversy because people are now accusing the network of placing impossible expectations on Sherri from the very beginning. According to fans, she wasn't just expected to host a talk show. She was expected to replace a cultural phenomenon. And those are two completely different things. But the biggest mistake, according to online voices, may have been assuming audiences wanted safe television in the first place. Viewers are now openly saying daytime TV lost its edge the moment Hollywood tried to clean the mess up. And ironically, the internet creators the industry once looked down on are now dominating the exact kind of raw celebrity chaos audiences never stopped craving. Which raises one final uncomfortable question. If viewers never stopped wanting controversy, did Hollywood destroy its own show trying to run away from it? Insiders are allegedly saying the most painful part of this entire situation is watching Sherri work hard to make everything look perfectly fine, while the internet keeps reminding her of the one comparison she can never fully escape. No matter how many movies, books, tours, or projects get announced, audiences still see her as the host who replaced Wendy. And social media is now saying that label may have quietly buried the show before it ever had a real chance. What makes it even more uncomfortable is how aggressively people online are comparing their energy. Wendy walked into rooms and celebrities panicked. Sherri walked into those same rooms and, according to fans, the tension vanished instantly. The internet is now treating this cancellation as proof that Hollywood completely misread its own audience, because viewers are openly saying they never wanted a polished, cleaned-up version of celebrity gossip. They wanted the mess, the unpredictability, the uncomfortable questions, the chaos that made daytime television feel genuinely dangerous again. And allegedly, the moment that chaos disappeared, the ratings collapsed right along with it.
Are you going to take a break or are you going to go right back to work?
I gotta go, as soon as I finish my tour, I gotta go to South Africa to film my movie.
No way!
Angel in the Rubble. I'm going to film, it's called Angel in the Rubble. I'm executive producing it with Robin Roberts. I'm
Hello!
going to go and film that. I have a Hallmark movie coming out, and I just released the book cover to my K-drama romance novel.
Because according to online reactions, people don't necessarily hate Sherri Shepherd. Many viewers actually believe she was pushed into an impossible role from the very start. But those same fans also believe the network severely underestimated just how deeply attached audiences were to Wendy Williams' specific style of television. And now an even more uncomfortable truth is allegedly being exposed, one the industry may not be ready to admit publicly. Traditional television may no longer control celebrity gossip culture. The audience moved, the conversation moved, and Hollywood allegedly was the last to notice.
Yeah. Moving up, Sherri, I guess last thing to Sherri is that, welcome to YouTube, Sherri. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. Seriously, we doing good up over here. If you look at some of our salaries, we make more than y'all talk show hosts in a week. I mean, in a year. I wouldn't throw that money out the door. I know to them, because, you know, she comes from the,
Some viewers went even further, speculating that industry insiders privately knew the show was struggling long before any cancellation headlines went public. That theory alone created a massive wave of online controversy, because people are now accusing the network of placing impossible expectations on Sherri from the very beginning. According to fans, she wasn't just expected to host a talk show, she was expected to replace a cultural phenomenon. And those are because according to viewers, the very same internet platforms TV celebrities spent years mocking are now becoming their emergency exit plans the moment mainstream ratings fall apart. And the deeper this conversation gets, the more people are questioning whether Hollywood accidentally destroyed its own formula trying to make celebrity culture feel safer. Because according to fans, safety was never the point. Danger was, unpredictability was, fear was. That's what kept people locked into Wendy Williams for years. Now the backlash is allegedly getting even worse. Internet users are digging up old comments from TV personalities who once publicly looked down on YouTubers and online creators, only to quietly pivot toward those exact same platforms the moment traditional television stopped working for them.
Only the rejects go to the internet. Only the rejects go to the internet. True. And they got missing side teeth. So they make sure the camera's only front, not to the side. Now, if you on TV, you on camera, you making money, you missing side teeth, that is a personal problem. But if you're just a regular, everyday at-home person, you good. But if I'm gonna be on TV, I should not be able to see straight down.
Because according to fans, this was never just about ratings. It was allegedly about an entire industry believing it could erase Wendy's chaos, swap in something softer, and still keep the same audience emotionally attached. But the moment the danger disappeared, the audience disappeared with it. And that may be the real reason this story hits such a nerve online. People didn't watch Wendy just for celebrity gossip. They watched because she made Hollywood genuinely uncomfortable. She said the things other hosts were too afraid to say. She walked into interviews like a storm. And when that energy vanished, daytime television started feeling manufactured instead of alive. Now, insiders are allegedly saying networks may finally be waking up to something they ignored for years. Audiences never stopped wanting messy celebrity drama. They just stopped trusting sanitized television to deliver it. And ironically, the same internet creators mainstream TV once mocked are now dominating the cultural conversation completely. That's why this cancellation feels bigger than one show. It feels like the end of an era where networks controlled celebrity narratives, and Hollywood decided which conversations audiences were allowed to have, because now the internet controls the narrative. And people online are still debating one final brutal question. Was Sherri genuinely the wrong person for the job, or was she handed an impossible throne the moment Hollywood tried to replace a woman who was never replaceable to begin with? If that's true, then this may not have been Sherri Shepherd's failure at all. It may have been Hollywood's biggest miscalculation yet.